As any band that has parted ways and continued solo will tell you, it's impossible not to be compared to your former bandmates. Even in the most amicable of situations, it's always a competition to see who can come out on top. The Beatles suffered these kinds of comparisons after they parted ways. While most of them took it in stride, John Lennon was personally offended after being compared to one of his Beatles bandmates. If we had to compare the solo careers of two former Beatles, the easiest connection would be Lennon and George Harrison. They both had something to say with their music that extended far beyond the typical love song or ode to heartbreak. They were both free thinkers who had no problem alienating listeners who were less so. However, if you dissect what both Lennon and Harrison were saying with their music, you'll find two people on opposite sides of a religious battle. Though they both penned songs about more than just faith, their opposing views in this arena summarize their differences. Lennon was markedly anti-faith. He wrote many songs about his disillusionment with religion. Harrison, however, was staunch in his Hindu beliefs. In one interview, Lennon's solo music was compared to Harrison's. Lennon bit back. "We're not talking about that anyway," Lennon once said. "We're talking about social revolution in England. It's hard not to compare with George even for us, but I don't want to be compared with George. Why should I be compared with George?" Lennon wasn't alone in his confusion about being compared to Harrison. Many fans likely agree with him. Moreover, Yoko Ono once backed up her partner, saying that Lennon liked to dispel fantasy, while Harrison perpetuated it. "What I respect about John's music is it's very real," Ono once said. "You know how people tell children about Santa Claus and all that, and you know when you start not to believe in Santa Claus and all that shit. But the thing is, like George Harrison, the only thing that I object to is that he's still saying Santa Claus is there." Though a comparison can't be drawn between Lennon and Harrison's music in this way, they both were artists who had a strong perspective. While their other two bandmates were sticking to their pop-appealing guns, Lennon and Harrison were trekking a new path.